2021, Mr. Nnamdi Kanu, a British citizen, was abducted by Nigerian security forces in Nairobi, Kenya. Since his detention, he has been subjected to torture and many other unpleasantries.
In this case, we have not one, not two, but three separate panels, judicial panels, that have said his arrest, his rendition, and his continued incarceration are absolutely illegal. Not because it's not a good idea, not because we don't like it, not because he's the leader of our people or a leader of people that we favor. The Nigerian courts applying Nigerian law made that determination not once, but twice. And I'm here to tell you, to be kind, Nigerian courts are not legendary for their willingness to go against the Nigerian government. In fact, it almost never happens. Yet you have two court judgments, it's so obvious, that said he must be released immediately, he must be returned to his place of citizenship, which is Britain, and he must be paid 1 billion naira, or 500,000 naira, depending on the court. Along with that, we have a judgment, a scathing rebuke from the United Nations. The United Nations has looked at this case and determined that there are rampant, gross human rights violations, and they demand the immediate release. Now, here's where Nnamdi Kanu...
Listen carefully, because what's happening right now is shaking the political and diplomatic space around Nigeria. My people, it's no longer a local matter. The world is watching. Nnamdi Kanu's case has taken a huge turn, and international pressure is coming strong from the United States. A US rights group has officially moved in, demanding fairness, accountability, and possibly his release. And now, both President Bola Ahmed Tinubu and Justice James Omotosho are under massive global attention. Before we continue, please like this video, subscribe, and turn on your notification bell, because this matter is going to unfold very fast and you don't want to miss any update. Now, here's what's happening. Reports say the US-based human rights group has stepped into the ongoing case of Nnamdi Kanu, the detained IPOB leader, after several international bodies raised concerns over how long this trial has dragged on and how it's been handled. The group is reportedly calling for an end to what they describe as deliberate delay tactics and denial of fair hearing. What makes this more serious is that the global spotlight is back on Nigeria's justice system. People across the world, from human rights circles to diplomatic missions, are asking the same question. Why has Kanu not been granted a fair, transparent, and timely trial? Now, Kanu's lawyer, Aloy Ejimakor, came out to say something important. That the court's last warning to Kanu's defense team to put up a good defense or risk losing everything is part of the reason this issue is being picked up internationally. It's now seen as a test of how fair and independent Nigeria's judicial process truly is. And here's where it gets interesting and hot. US rights campaigners are saying that if Nigeria fails to act responsibly, the matter could escalate into international advocacy and pressure at diplomatic levels. That means protests, petitions, and possibly sanctions or inquiries if it's proven that rights have been violated. My people, drop your thoughts in the comments. Do you think this pressure from abroad will change anything? Or do you think the Nigerian government will stand its ground? Let's know what you think. And again, don't forget to like this video so that YouTube can show it to more people. Now, let's look at how all this affects Tinubu's administration. You see, for any government, international image matters a lot. Tinubu is working hard to win back global investors, build stronger diplomatic ties, and stabilize the economy. But now, this Kanu issue is becoming an image problem. The more human rights concerns grow, the more it puts Nigeria under global scrutiny. And you know how these things go. When global pressure starts, it rarely stops until something gives. So, this could force a shift, maybe softening of stance, more transparency, or even the consideration of bail or conditional release. But let's be honest, this case is very sensitive. It's not just a court case. It's a national issue tied to unity, identity, and security. The government believes KANU'S group, IPOB, has links to violent activities, while his supporters insist he's fighting for justice, freedom, and equality for his people. Now, this is where the US rights group's involvement becomes crucial. Their argument is that even if Kanu is guilty of any offense, he still deserves a fair, open, and lawful trial. No more, no less. And they're saying that's the only way to show that Nigeria is a country that respects human rights and due process. If you're following so far, hit the like button again and subscribe, because we are still going deeper. Now, sources say the US group is not working alone. Other organizations in Europe and Canada are watching this too. They've started gathering reports on how Kanu was arrested, how long he's been in detention, and how his health has been handled in custody. This means the case is no longer just Nigeria's internal matter. It's becoming a global conversation about justice. Let's not forget, the Southeast region is still very tense. People there are emotional about this issue, and any decision made in court will have a serious effect on peace in that area. That's why many analysts are saying, this is not the time for government to act with pride or politics. It's the time for wisdom and balance. But let's look at the possible outcomes. There are 3 ways this can go. 1. The government bows to pressure. They might consider some form of conditional release or fast-track the case to ease tension and protect the country's image. 2. The court stands firm, insisting on strict legal procedure, and that Kanu's team must defend or risk foreclosure of their case. That could extend the tension, but prove Nigeria's judiciary is independent. 3. A middle ground negotiation, where both sides agree to dialogue quietly to calm things down, while the legal process continues in a more balanced way. Which one do you think will happen? Drop it in the comments. Let's talk about it. Now, from what's happening, this new wave of attention could also encourage peaceful protests and renewed campaigns for justice, especially if Kanu supporters believe there's hope for a breakthrough. But everyone must remain calm and avoid anything that could turn violent. Remember, peace is powerful. And as we always say here, stay informed, not emotional, because in times like this, understanding the full story helps you see clearly what's at stake. Let me remind you again, if you've not liked this video, please do that now. And if you're new here, subscribe, because we bring you the latest political updates and explain them in a way everyone can understand. This story is still unfolding, and we'll keep watching. If the US rights group releases an official statement, or if the Nigerian government responds, we'll bring that update to you immediately. But as of now, one thing is clear. The world is watching Nigeria. This is no longer a local matter. What happens next will determine how Nigeria's justice system is viewed around the world. If you want me to continue this gist and go deeper into the next phase, where I break down the roles of these foreign groups, what exactly they've said and what could happen next in the court. Just tell me to continue the gist. So my people, that's it for now. Like this video, subscribe, share it with your friends, and let's keep the discussion going in the comments. The truth must always be told, but told responsibly, with peace and wisdom.